shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Detroit Lions. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they will... They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
That looked like a two-deep coverage, which we call cover two. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there.
2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 36. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Swift. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
He's going to go deep for Conley. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give him credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their background. They were all county, all state,
and he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. Caleb Balaj, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Lions Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now a carry for Swift.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down, Swift.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Hurts.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Now it's Swift.
And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And down inside the 15 he goes. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd down now, Swift. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14. play sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Oh, good move at the 10. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid chunk of 11 yards there on the keeper. But 4th down now. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 13-year man puts it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Toss play to Balaj. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 16 yards, a 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
They run it with Balaj. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Here's Dalvin Cook, 1,000-yard rusher last season. The 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down. It doesn't matter how far they need for it. It's not throwing the ball. Instead, they run it. And as you said, pick up the 1st down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything. All the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
He's tackled.
But you talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and get the pressure off. So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Lions, 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a toss play right to Swift. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Swift, the ball carrier.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go play action with Hurts. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Detroit.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On first down, Swift. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 45-yard line.
On 2nd down, Swift. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
19 yards.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And a return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
They'll start on the ground with Balaj. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Now this time he'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep. He's got a man complete. The Vikings going to signal from the first of their timeouts. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
43-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Cook, a first down and more. And down to the 16-yard line. And the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. McDonald to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Bailey's kick is good. And that will do it for this 1st half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good 1st half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice 1st half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Looking to throw on 2nd down. McDonald, he's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's McDonald. And heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the 1st half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Ball carrier.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
14-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
The ball carrier.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5.
Tackle made.
The gain of 5 that time, gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Swift. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Gain on the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Now a toss for Swift left side.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer, and he's down to about the 2.
He did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll run with Swift.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Brings up 4th and goal at the 1-yard line.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
They'll try it now with Swift.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
Touchdown.
DeAndre Swift.
His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10.
The score, Vikings 17, Lions 10.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Up to make the tackle, J.C. Jackson. Play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Out of the gun, McDonald.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's the final Seahawk, Earl Thomas. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the 2nd half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And a short gain here down to the 22.
Swift, the ball carrier.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 14 yards that time, but a first down on the keeper. He was able to escape the pocket and get out of bounds. You like the decision-making?
I love the decision-making, and I love the execution because you just know that his eyes were darting all over the place. You know, they talk about keeping your head on a swivel, looking for the danger spots where the hits are going to come from. How about him getting all he could out of that run and then getting out of bounds?
And he told us, look, we're rookie. I'm waiting for the game to slow down, but it seems like he's processing things pretty well.
He certainly is. He's slowing the game down himself with his actions.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. On the handoff, this is Swift. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They will run it with Swift here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this 4th quarter.
17. Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. A nice start to the drive, picking up 12 yards there and a very quick first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, Geis. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions 36. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Throwing on first down. McDonald. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Not much there, only a yard.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. From the gun, McDonald. This is going to be intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Once again, it's Swift.
And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
A handoff, Swift running to the left.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They start on the ground with Geis. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
The ball carrier.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball. End zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A big play there with his first. Career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point try by Bailey. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Vikings 24. Lions.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. First down, and they go with Swift again. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Swift. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
And it's 3rd down.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Brings up 4th down.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 44. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, It's about taking the ball away, taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Minnesota, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down.
And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington.